Hey guys, it's Lindsay. I am just finishing up my second month of being on Accutane, and I'm still pretty happy with my results so far. So it's been 2 months since I started Accutane, and as you can see, I have no makeup on right now, and my skin, it's a little flushed red, but like I said, that's kind of a typical look that you're going to have while you're on Accutane. My skin is actually not as dry as it was the first month. I think it's because I'm getting used to being on the medication, and it's actually been, less dry. So that's been really nice. But still moisturize, and where it's mostly dry is around my lips still, and around like the corners of my mouth and my cheeks. So that's where I'm most dry. But yeah, I've just been moisturizing still, and I've also noticed that my arms, elbows, and legs have been getting a little more dry, but I mean, that's typical, and I just am moisturizing, and I'm able to keep up with it really well, so that's been one of the other things. I actually have a new face washing technique that I started due to all the dryness. What I do is I wash it morning and night, and I take a washcloth and don't scrub, but what I do is I gently exfoliate with the washcloth to get off some of that dry, dead skin, just so when I do put a little bit of makeup on, it looks smooth and it doesn't look like it's dry and flaky. So that's been working really well. But yeah, you don't want to scrub because you don't want to irritate that skin, because your skin while you're on Accutane is really sensitive and you just don't want to irritate it or anything. So that's my new skin washing technique. And I also use the Cetaphil Gentle Cleanser, which I showed you in my first month video. And so that's been working really well. And it's good that it's a gentle cleanser because, like I said, your skin is very delicate while you're on Accutane. So, and I also use the washcloth, and I gently scrub my lips too, because my lips are really dry, and so I'll like gently scrub off some of that dry skin on my lips, and then I'll put that ointment on right after that, so it absorbs that after I do that. And that's been working pretty well because my lips get really dry, and like throughout the day they would get kind of just dry and cracked, and you just got to put on I use the ointment 2 times a day, morning and night, but throughout the day I put on chapstick probably 10 to 12 times a day. It's like a new thing that I do, so you'll probably be the same because you get really dried out. What else did I want to talk about? Yeah, so I just gave blood. I got my blood tested a couple days ago to be ready for my appointment on Thursday in 2 days. My dermatologist says that you should get your blood test, have that done 5 days before your appointment, just so it can be sent over and they have it on hand when you're at your appointment, because they can't fill your prescription unless you have that blood test there, so they can look at the results and make sure that you're okay to get your next month's worth of Accutane. Actually, this month I had gotten changed. I was on the Claravis brand, generic name of the Accutane isotretinoin, and this month I got switched to Myorisan. It's the same ingredient. It's isotretinoin Accutane, but it's just a different generic name, and they come in these capsules. So that's what I have for that. I'm still on the 40 milligrams in the morning and 20 milligrams in the evening. So, and actually this month I was a little bad. I missed 2 days in a row. I missed my evening dose just because my schedule was really crazy. And if it's too late in the evening and you know you shouldn't take it, just skip it, because they don't want you taking, if you forget one, you're just supposed to skip it. So that's a little tip for you. So yeah, make sure you have your blood test done ahead of time so your dermatologist can have that on hand. And also, you have to have questions answered on the iPledge system before you can get your prescription filled too. So you have to log into the iPledge system and answer those questions, and you can use your book. Here's your iPledge packet. You can use this on the questions. The questions are really easy. Don't worry about it. And if it's just to make sure that you understand what you're doing and that you have a knowledge of isotretinoin, and you're just educated about it, so you know what you're taking and that kind of thing. So, yeah, oh yeah, and another thing, when you get your prescription filled, you need to bring in this book, in the back, there's those ID cards. They look like this, and they have your own personal ID on them, and you actually have to give this to the pharmacist. You have to give it to them, and they keep it on hand, and to make sure that you are put in the system and that you're actually allowed to get the Accutane for that month. So you need that for every month, and so yeah. So make sure you're getting your blood checked, your blood test, a pregnancy test, and you're doing that ahead of time for your appointment so you can get your next month's worth of Accutane. What else did I want to say? Oh, if any of you guys were curious as to how much Accutane costs, like I said in my last video, it's $10 for each. Like, I get my 40 and my 20 pack. That's $10 each, so that's $20 a month for me personally for the Accutane, but times 5, so that's going to be $100 total for this whole thing for me. And then I actually, on my receipt that I got from my last refill, for this month, past month, I looked and I read how much money the Accutane would have been without any insurance. And I'm wondering if any of you guys are wondering how much that Accutane costs if you don't have insurance. I'm going to tell you. Okay, the 40 milligram dose, which I just take one every morning, for 1 month's worth is $484.99. Okay, so $484 just for the morning. And then for the 20 milligrams, which is what I take in the evening, that one was $576.99. So that's about, let's see, 576. And this is for someone who doesn't have any insurance, and so you're getting the full cost. That's $1,061.98, okay? That's how much Accutane costs without any insurance. The insurance that I have is Blue Cross Blue Shield, also called Anthem. So just throwing that out there, letting you guys know. It varies on what kind of insurance you have, but for me, that's where I'm at. And if anyone's wondering, that's that. So, a little, excuse me, a little tip there. Let's see, what else did I want to talk about? So like I said, questions every month, blood test every month. Yeah, I've been also getting, my arms and legs and elbows have been getting dry, but I've just been moisturizing that. I've had no other side effects. Everyone's different. For me, I haven't had any other side effects. Like, I haven't had any depression or any suicidal thoughts or anything like that, and I never had those before Accutane. So, that's good. And I mean, you gotta remember that you have regular emotions too. And if I ever did get like a little down, just tell myself, you know, that's just normal, my normal emotions, which I was emotional before Accutane, so it's normal emotions and not to worry about it. Yeah, so another thing is when you're on Accutane, your dermatologist will give you an outpatient order in order to get your blood test. So when you go to wherever you're going to get your blood tested, you need to take one of these orders, which here's what the order looks like. And it's a standing order, which means every month, it says every month for 6 months. So there's a time frame of how long I'm going to get my blood tested. But every month, I have to bring in one of these and give this to the receptionist so they've got this on hand. It tells what they're checking. Like I said, they're checking cholesterol, triglycerides, white blood cell count, and you also do a urine pregnancy test when you go in. So, yes, every month you get that. And, yeah, I'm trying to think what else. I guess I had, oh, that's right, I had a little white pink dotted rash kind of looking thing on my hands, the tops of my hands, a little bit after my first month. And I think that was just kind of the medication taking its course and kind of reaching everywhere. I don't know if that explanation is right, but that was kind of strange. But it went away, and so I haven't really done anything else about that or researched that or anything. But what I also wanted to say, which I wish I would have said this in my first video, was that, you know, I guess you guys probably have read about Accutane enough to know of how it works, but I just wanted to point out that isotretinoin is a form of vitamin A, and what Accutane actually does is how it clears your acne, like, to understand what's actually going on within you. You take Accutane, and what happens is your pores, which produce the oil, and in the oil is the bacteria. You get bacteria, and that causes acne. And what Accutane does is it actually decreases your pore size, so your pores produce less oil, which leads to you getting less acne. So that's a little bit of just a tip to help you understand better what's going on, because I think it's important to know what's going on with your body, just to know what you're taking and what it's actually doing and how it's helping. So I've been really glad that this month has been positive. It's been good. I've had no side effects, which I was really worried about. So if you guys are worried about side effects, just give it a try, see what happens. And I really wish the best for you as you start Accutane, or if you're currently on it. And also, thank you for everyone who has subscribed to me so far and for keeping up with my experience and my personal story. And I hope that I'm helping. And if you guys have any questions or any advice even for me, I would greatly appreciate it. I would definitely take your advice and answer any questions that you have for me. And if I have anything else that I want to add, I'll just put it up. So hopefully my next month will bring some more positive results, and that I can see more great things happening with my skin. So see you next month. Bye.